Good evening from Dollywood. It's Ryan.
And Brie.
And on today's adventure, we're going to be doing a 40th anniversary VIP tour. On this tour, we'll be walking around the park, learning a lot about the history of Dollywood that was once Silver Dollar City.
If you're like me and you're really interested to know the history of places, this is the tour for you.
So we'll go over the details on where you can get this tour, what it's like, and everything that you get on the tour, or if you want to just virtually join us. Without further ado, let the adventure begin. So we are heading in on a Friday evening. Doesn't look like too many people are in the park right now. It's a little bit rainy, even though it is Rod Run weekend. Lots of people out in Pigeon Forge, not necessarily up here though. So now that we're in the park, we're gonna head over here to the left, which is where you get your Time Saver Pass. So I don't think it's going to be too busy. You can come up here anytime during the day to see if there are any of these tours available. So now that we're checked in, we do get this collectible 40th anniversary celebration 2025 tour lanyard.
This is Show Street, and Show Street was added in 1992, asking Dolly to imagine her perfect street. And working with us together, this was what she created. It is a 1910s modern Victorian city. And we work together with our landscaping team. I mean, all of our employees here at Dollywood and Dolly herself all work together to create the show street that you see here today. The Palace Theater was basically something that we wanted to create to put Dolly's name in lights, like the other Hollywood stars. She wanted her name in lights as well.
Okay.
So this was our creation for her. Honestly, I love it. I think it's beautiful. And if you step over here, you'll notice that we have the Piano Factory sign right there. And it's Brooks and Company. David Brooks was actually an employee here at Dollywood. And he was here for 30 plus years. And each employee who's been here for 30 plus years gets a chance to do their own sign. And they go off of your passion or an interest or something. And his passion was pianos. 88 keys. 88 is the year he started.
Okay.
So yeah. So there's another one right there, and I was gonna put it out, and that's Paige Bales, and she loves the Christmas in the Smoky Mountains show. And so that's her sign. Original location that we are standing in used to be the Friendship Gardens and Star Walk, featuring 35,000 flowers and a miscellaneous number of bronze stars. And the bronze stars was a dedication to every celebrity that visited when the park opened.
Okay.
And so Burt Reynolds, Lily Tomlin, Vince Gill, and many others. And now these beautiful gardens that are done, that you see, all the flower beds and everything, they are done by our wonderful landscaping team. And they change per season and per festival. So as you can see right now, if you look, that I'd say probably like 99% of the flowers that you'll see are either yellow or pink. Some of them are purple, but mostly yellow and pink because those are Dolly's favorite colors. So the I Will Always Love You festival tour, they are all yellow and pink. And the Flower and Food, they will all be redone. The flowers will be donated or composted and repurposed in some way, shape, or form. This was completely empty. And then I think like 2 days later, it was done.
Wow.
And I was impressed, pretty much. This is Celebrity Sky. So every festival, this changes as well. We have the new edition Front Porch Cafe. New edition, you saw the Emporium, the bakery, the sweet shop. All of these are new additions, and the recipes, especially for Front Porch Cafe and Aunt Granny's, are referenced from Dolly's recipes. Very close, if not the same, as her recipes growing up. Dolly's house growing up, very humble beginnings, and they didn't have much space, especially for such a large family. So they would always have some kids sitting inside and eating, and then some out on the front porch.
Okay.
And her mama would open the window and they'd pass the food through the window. And so that was the reason for Front Porch Cafe. May 3rd, 1986, Dollywood opened at 8 a.m. And this was the original entrance to Dollywood. Imagine Dolly standing on a stage for a ribbon cutting. She has a quote that says, "I am just as proud of you as you are of me." She did her welcome speech and released 1,986 balloons, all containing free tickets to the park.
Oh, wow.
And a 21-gun salute. On opening day, she was spending all her time watching the parking lot because she was afraid that no one would show up.
Here's an actual clip of Dolly sharing what it was like on opening day.
And I remember I had my bus parked out there, and I was so nervous that nobody was going to come. You know how it is when you're a teenager and you have your first party, and you don't know if anybody's going to come, and then when you see your friends coming in, you get all excited because you know it's going to work out. Well, that's how it was, because they started coming, and I thought, before that movie ever came out, I thought, well, if you build it, they'll come. And sure enough, they did.
And in the first year, just the first year of Dollywood being open, they welcomed 1.3 million guests.
So was Show Street just open land, like parking lot, open land before it was added on?
Yes.
This was the entrance, right?
So this was the entrance.
Oh, Market Square was the entrance.
Market Square was the entrance.
Oh, okay. So we were outside the original park.
Yes.
Then.
And then actually, if you step over here past the love sign, the little festival food booth right there used to be the original ticket booth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and all of this used to be parking lot and foliage.
So someone is normally here that we would stop and talk to who's worked in the park for over 40 years. She's not here today, but if you do take this tour, hopefully she would be in and you would get to hear a little bit from her and her experience working at Dollywood.
Right here, you will see the kettle corn booth. Now, it did just close, but it didn't used to be kettle corn. The recipe is actually the original recipe from Silver Dollar City. And the building where you see the kettle corn at right now is where they used to have 105.5 radio station, and it was Dolly's station. And she would have celebrity guests, interviews, they would come out and sing, and it would be broadcasted around the entire park. Rivertown Junction has 3 important staples. Number 1 is Aunt Granny's. It is a family-style, sit-down, full-service, all-you-can-eat buffet. And the reason why it is called Aunt Granny's, similar to Front Porch Cafe, there is a meaning behind it. And the reason for Aunt Granny's is, as you may know, Dolly did not have her own kids, right? So her sisters and brothers did. So she was an aunt, but she spoiled them so much, she was like their granny. So her nieces and nephews would actually call her Aunt Granny.
Okay.
And the recipes here are the same, if not very, very similar to her original home-cooked recipes. And a little fun fact that we have is that Dolly's favorite food is potatoes and gravy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, which they do offer here. The last time I said that, it popped up on screen. It was like perfect timing.
Nice.
Can't wish for it to happen a second time, of course. But over here behind us, we have the Mountain Laurel home, basically like a market where you would find pretty much anything you needed. And it has the working water wheel. If you take a peek inside, it is actually through the store, like it's in the store. And it's a nice little, I guess, reference to how people would use it as not only a decoration, but as a functional resource of energy. Over here we have the Tennessee Mountain home. And the Tennessee Mountain home, styled from the 1940s to the 1950s, from when Dolly and her family would be living there and when they grew up, how they grew up pretty much. And her brother built it and her mom decorated it.
This actual
yes,
one
this
here.
one actual.
Was this her actual home that they moved in here?
No.
No.
So this is just referenced.
Okay.
Her actual home actually was rebuilt, and it is on the original land and property, I believe. This one was built by her brother to be as close to resemble the original, and then decorated by her mother to show how they grew up. So let's take a look inside and walk through. Now, back in the day, it had electricity or running water because they made do with what they had. And there's a couple little Easter eggs. I'd say number one would be Dolly's birthday on the calendar, January 19th. 1946. And another big one would be her daddy's working boots, which, as you know, the song. And the newspapers on the wall were originally put in for insulation. And Dolly was fourth oldest out of 12 kids. And now I know this looks a little small for 12 kids and 2 adults, but if you think about the time period, whoever was eldest would have turned 18 and moved out, just like Dolly did. Or the youngest would not yet be. Yeah, they wouldn't be born yet. Where we're standing, Festival Fair, it changes throughout the different festivals and whatnot. But what's important about the location is that originally it did look similar to that yellow and green building right there, Dogs and Taters. And it was located right here. And on the bottom, there was a restaurant. And on the top was Dolly's apartment.
We just recently saw the bedroom suite that was in the apartment here.
Yeah, so whenever Dolly would come and visit the park, she would stay in that apartment. You guys do have seats reserved for the Dollywood Express at 6.
Okay.
Over to our left, we have the Back Porch Theater. When Dolly was a little girl, she used to have a stick with a little tin can on the top and put on a little performance for her and her family. They would do it on their back porch, hence the name. And if you actually remember, we came out of the Tennessee Mountain home, and this is connected to the backside of the Tennessee Mountain home. So it's our little back porch.
So was this water clock originally here when Dollywood opened?
Yes. So it is original to Silver Dollar City. The statues are kind of a reference to how Dolly envisioned her childhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, outdoors, climbing trees, chasing after the dog and cat, playing outdoors. I mean, that's how I grew up. And there's Applejack. This is Craftsman's Valley. Craftsman's Valley was the original Silver Dollar City. It was not called Craftsman's Valley when it was Silver Dollar City. It was just Silver Dollar City. And then everything here was hand-built. And when I say hand-built, I mean hand-built. The logs for the grist mill were hand-split. The glass in the windows were hand-blown. Everything in Craftsman's Valley was pretty much built by the craftsmen who lived and worked here.
So she's saying that all that was added on with Dollywood. So
yes, this is the entrance for Silver Dollar City.
This is the entrance right here.
Yes,
okay.
That's the entrance, the original entrance for Silver Dollar City. I don't know how much past that was original to Silver Dollar City, but I know that a lot past that was created in 1986 when the park was open, or before that. You know, of course, because park opened in 1986. They didn't just build it 1 year.
Was the train part of Silver Dollar City?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
The train was original to Rebel Railroad, actually.
Okay.
So there was Rebel Railroad, and then Gold Rush Junction. Gold Rush Junction was for a short time. You know, Dolly came from humble, hardworking beginnings. And her family, you know, pretty much had to build things on their own, scavenge for their own, create things on their own. So this statue and the sign were original as well. And she loved that because it was, if you work with your hands, your mind, and your heart, you are a craftsman. And all of these flowers, and especially the pink and yellow ones, will be changing very soon. And I'm so excited to see the change. They've already started. Hello, we're doing a 40th anniversary tour. Care to join?
Reminds me, 40. I remember that age. It's like a tour through my brain many, many years ago. That's why I carry this. My emotional support chicken. It's been that long ago. And looky here, Brie. She's so young. She still is a young little chicken. If I may get under there, we are going to do a little song as Brie. Oh, Brie is still really under 40 years old. But she remembers when Dollywood growed. She grew up. Did you grow up here? Well, you're not growing up. That's why you're with me.
That's
Nobody
right.
grows up when they see Miss Lily. 40 years ago, we're still around. Thanks to Dolly's magical energy. And I'm glad to be Miss Lily with adventures out there. And some people say I'm out there too. Oh, happy 40th tour. And she's going to tell you all about it. She's a VIP person. Do. That's very important poultry. Mwah! Chicken should Oh, losing my balance. I gotta go and catch that train. Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm like Duck Lady today. Quack, quack. It's okay. Lifeboats are coming soon. Women and chicken first. Women and chicken first. You're gonna make it, y'all. Stay afloat with us. Have a great day. I love y'all.
Bye. Bye, Miss Lillian. Thank you so much. She's amazing. I love her.
Yes.
We're gonna head over this way.
Oh, there's
Other
another
side.
one.
So you see how it says established 30 years, which means Miss Angie's been here for 30 years plus. Started in 91. So over to our right here, we have the leather shop, which beautiful craftsmen do everything by hand. I mean, they cut, fold, stitch, and stain. A little fun fact is the leather shop actually sits over a natural flowing creek. And this here creek is actually completely natural. It's not man-made. So over here, we have the general store. Now the general store, as you can see at the top, is referenced after an 1880 general store that you would find at that time. And they used to make the lye soap here at Park. There was a woman who did create the lye soap personally by hand. And she had her shop right next to one of the streams on the backside of the park. And she used to use the water from the park.
Okay.
The park itself. They used to sell brooms as well. The man who created the brooms, he was one of our master craftsmen. We're gonna head inside the Old Flames candle shop where they make handmade candles and you can dip your own in different colored waxes and with a finish or without a finish. Miss Karen, what year did you start here?
And I came to work here in 1986, so I usually tell everybody Dolly and I came together. My husband, he retired from his job, and he'd been in the company for 31 years, and they offered an early out, so he took it. And he was going to hunt, fish, bought a new tractor, John Deere tractor with all the little attachments and everything. He was going to hunt, fish, and farm. Yeah, that lasted. He retired the 1st of April, and he came to work here in May of that year. So it didn't last very long. And he worked here for 19 years before he retired the second time, because he said 19 and 31 added up to 50. 50 years is long enough in your life to work. So he had his 50 years in, and I'm still here.
All the way in?
All the way in. Just don't get your fingers in, because it is hot wax. Okay, and you may have to give it a little baptizing. There we go. Let's turn it upside down. Still a little bit warm, but hold it by the top right up there. Hold your fingers up like mine. About up to there in the blue. Right back up. All right. Is that too hot for you?
Nope.
Dip it into the dark blue, just around the bottom edges there, right? And right back up. All right. Now bring it over here, and we're going to take it directly and put it into the green. That'll give us kind of a greenish blue look.
Oh, very nice.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Karen.
You're quite welcome.
So this is the American Eagle Foundation. The American Eagle Foundation was started here in 1991. They do have a 30,000 square foot aviary. And we have 24 non-releasable eagles. Unfortunately, they cannot be released back into the wild because they cannot hunt for themselves. There have been several that they have tried to release, and they are begging for food and they have to be picked up again, unfortunately. The 24 that are on the right aviary they are able to fly, but they're not able to hunt for themselves. And we have 2 on the left. They are not able to fly. They are actually nesting right now, and they are sitting on 2 eggs. So here we have the Robert F. Thomas Chapel, and this was original to, as far as I know, it was original to Gold Rush Junction. Now, Gold Rush Junction was not Gold Rush Junction for a very long time. So this was definitely here for Silver Dollar City. A place that when Dolly wanted to pair with the Herschend brothers was definitely a deciding factor for her. Mainly because she wanted a place of worship, especially wherever she goes, and for everyone else as well, like the workers, the guests. And so when she came here and she saw it was a Robert F. Thomas chapel, it was dedicated to a traveling doctor who was a traveling doctor for 50 years in the area. Wonderful fact about this church is everything from the panes and the glass windows to the benches that you see, to the stained glass outside, the stained glass behind the Jesus up there, and the piano are all donated. So the paned glasses are all donated from a schoolhouse that was being demolished, and they decided to repurpose them and use them here. The pews, most of them were donated from the courthouse, Sevierville County Courthouse. And then, as you can see, some of them were donated from different churches. The quilts and the Jesus, handcrafted by craftsmen here, especially the Jesus with the Lamb, was hand-carved, stained, and painted by one of our fellow craftsmen. They still use it every Sunday at 11:30. And right here, we have a depiction of Robert F. Thomas. And fun fact, the deciding factor is Robert F. Thomas was actually the doctor who delivered Dolly. And it was kind of a surprise to her that it was dedicated to him. He was paid with a bag of cornmeal. He definitely could have gone elsewhere, but he decided to stay in the area and get paid in bartered goods from everyone. And that meant a lot to the people in this area, hence the dedication of the church. We're gonna move down here real quick. And so the blacksmith shop obviously has been here 40 years. All the signs you see of the 40th Dollywood Resorts and Parks from the 1986 to 2025, they were all made here at our blacksmith shop. So all the signs you see here are not made elsewhere, they're made here. Now we will be passing up here Granny Ogle's, and a little bit about that is Granny Ogle is Judy Ogle's mother. And Judy Ogle is Dolly's best friend since the 3rd grade. And she used to go over to their house all the time. And it would always be Southern home cooking, country ham, and pinto beans. There's that cinnamon bread again. Guys definitely need to get some of that.
I think we're gonna have to grab some cinnamon bread later, right? We've walked by twice.
It's calling your name at this point.
Yes.
Over here we have number 70, and it is Cinderella. These are 110-ton coal-fired steam engine trains. And they disassemble, check, and then reassemble these trains each year just to make sure they're in running proper condition. And if there's something missing, then they have to wait before reassembling it until they get that part fixed. So they take really good care of these trains. That's why they've been operating for so long. And then Country Fair this year got a whole facelift. They got new paint on pretty much everything. They got a little bit of a new layout too.
So now that we've concluded the actual formal tour, we're gonna go for a ride on the train and perhaps check out some of the construction of the new ride that's coming in 2026, and then maybe get some food because I'm starting to get hungry.
Yes, me too. This whole train cart ourselves.
It's not busy right now because of the rain, but one of the benefits of having this tour is you do get a reserved seat on the train.
Friends, my name's Bradley. I'll be your conductor back here on the back of the train.
Hey.
Along with my fellow conductor riding on the back of car 3. Our trip near the scenic Great Smoky Mountains. Back here in a day or two, a week at the most. We've never been gone longer than a week. We're headed for the Smoky Mountains. We'll see you later, Larry.
Larry!
You know, Dollywood is known to be the friendliest place in the Smokies. It's up to us on the train to keep it that way. On the count of 3, a real out and howdy. 1, 2, 3.
Howdy!
Everybody, hope you guys are having a good day with us.
You were the best howdy in our entire car.
Where that small pond and water wheels at.
No
That's known as the
competition.
grist mill. It is one of the last operating grist mills left around today. It's the home of that cinnamon loaf bread. Be sure to get you a loaf before you leave. You may want to grab 2 loaves though, because 1 loaf is not going to make it back out to the car. It is that good. Sit back and relax, and I'll tell you a little bit about this rolling piece of history that we're riding behind today. Wave about a Dennis up here at Owens Farm on the left-hand side.
Dennis,
Be sure to feed the chickens for us. We'll see you a little bit later. In May of 1938, the Baldwin Locomotive Works out of Eddystone, Pennsylvania, built our narrow-gauge Mikado-style engine number 70. Now, she weighs a little over 230,000 pounds. She is a coal-fired, steam-driven Type 282 locomotive. That 282 means the engine has 2 small wheels in the front, 2 small wheels in the back, and 8 large drive wheels in the middle. After engine number 70 was built, she was shipped to the White Pass and Yukon Railroad of Skagway, Alaska, where she was commissioned as part of the United States Army. December 7th, 1941 came the attack on Pearl Harbor and the U.S. involvement in World War II. After the attack on Hawaii, it was then determined that a military highway would be needed in order to help protect Alaska from an invasion. That's Timber Canyon on your right-hand side. It's the home of Dollywood's 5-time award-winning wooden roller coaster Thunderhead. It crosses over and under itself 32 times. It's also the home of Dropline. It'll take you up 230 feet. It's going to spin you around, give you a nice view of Dollywood, and then drop you back down to the ground at 77 miles an hour. You folks are traveling behind a veteran of World War II, and we here at Dollywood are proud of all veterans from all branches of the military. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those on active duty today. If we have any veterans on board with us, we thank you all for your service to our country. God bless each and every one of you. 1963, engine number 70 was retired. In 1977, she was sold to East Tennessee Theme Park, at that time known as Silver Dollar City, Tennessee. That's when she affectionately became known as Cinderella. And our engineer Brad up there waving to you from the right-hand side of the cabin. I'll wave back to him up there. Hang on now, because he ain't watching where he's going up there. Now just sit back and relax. We're going to keep climbing on up the mountain. On your right-hand side, you'll see Wildwood Grove. And that's the home of Big Bear Mountain, our longest roller coaster. It's 4,000 feet long. It features 3 separate launches. It's going to take you behind a waterfall, through a tunnel, and hit speeds of 48 miles per hour. And you only have to be 39 inches tall to ride. A little bit further back, you're going to see the blue rails of Wild Eagle. It's going to hit speeds of 61 miles per hour as it flips upside down 4 times. It's the most exciting 2 minutes and 22 seconds you're going to have here at the park today. You can see Mystery Mine there. It's a high-speed roller coaster with white knuckle loops and an 85-foot, 95-degree vertical drop straight down into a darkened mine shaft. A little bit further up, you'll see the Wilderness Pass restaurant on your right-hand side. That'll be opening up just a little bit later on this month.
Turkey.
And we've reached the highest point of our little train ride here. There's a turkey out there in the field on the left-hand side. And here at Dollywood, we're awfully proud of Cinderella, so much so we like to give her a chance to show off every now and then. Since you folks like to hear Engineer Brad play you a tune on that Baldwin locomotive whistle. On the count of 3, let's all tell that engineer up there to blow the whistle. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle.
What did you guys think about that? How about a big round of applause for our engineer Brad and Cinderella? That was Brad and Cinderella. Thanking you for that round of applause. At the dawn of the 20th century, there were more than 1,200 farmlands that dotted the hills and hollers here in the Smoky Mountains until the logging companies came through and logged them out till there just about wasn't nothing left. Now, the Great Smoky Mountains were established as a national park in 1940. They are the most visited national park in the United States, and they get about 13 million visitors each year. Anybody know whose cabin that is up there? And no, it's not Dolly's, it's just a rental cabin. We have no idea whose cabin that is up there, but let's listen to Miss Dolly Parton sing about her Tennessee mountain home.
So now that we've enjoyed a ride on the train, I think we're gonna go ride Big Bear Mountain real quick.
Yay!
Brie asked if I wanted to get food or do the ride. I said, let me do the ride. Get that out of the way. I don't want to try to do the ride with food.
I think that's the safe choice.
Indeed. So next stop, Big Bear Mountain. When we went by on the train, there was nobody in line, so.
It's a walk-on. You don't have time to think about it.
Exactly. That's the best time for me to go, is just go for it.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right. So while we were doing the tour, we headed back to the train, but I did want to point out the schoolhouse here was here when Dollywood first opened in 1986. You can see the little 40th emblem on the building. And so too did Blazing Fury, which is still getting refurbished at the moment. Be opening up later this year. See the Tennessee tornado as we working our way back to Wildwood Grove. Going past the Wild Eagle and Fire Chaser Express. So we are here on a Friday again with the rain. You can see there's just not too many people out right now. And we're now headed into Wildwood Grove, which is the newest expansion that Dollywood has added as we head back to currently the newest ride that they have at the moment. But check out the crowd levels right now. It's not raining. It was raining earlier, so the park is open for looks like another hour and 20 minutes, which I think is enough time to hop on Big Bear real quick.
Yes.
It's like a minute long, right?
Yeah.
I've done it once. This would be my second time riding. I think I can do it.
I think you can do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I see lots of empty seats. I think we'll be able to walk right on and perhaps even pick where we want to sit. Maybe the front. Brie, check out the bear at the Mountain Grove merchant shops over here. He's got his poncho on as he's been trying to stay dry in all the rain. But like I said, not raining right now, a little bit chilly, ever so slight, but not so bad that the ride itself will be miserable. Okay, it's doable. We got this.
It's the perfect day to go.
All right, the realization of getting on the ride has finally hit me. I'm not so much afraid of heights or speed. I just don't like being stuck on something. So I feel better that she's with me. I have done this before. It is a short ride, about 1 minute, just over a minute. So yeah, we'll hop on, go for a little ride. We got it. We got it.
Yeah, no big deal.
Enjoy your Big Bear Mountain adventure.
I'll try my best to enjoy it. You can see there is no one in line. If you've ever been on this ride, this is a nice sight to see, to hop right on. There they go. Lots of empty seats. Let's see if we can ask to be seated up in the front.
Your hat, sir.
Yeah.
Your hat. It's gotta go with Bubby.
Oh.
I got you.
All right.
Hey.
Okay.
I'll get in front of the camera and mess up.
Ready?
Yeah.
You got it.
All right.
I'll hold your hand.
Here. Let's try Big Bear.
Oh!
Let's go find Big Bear.
made it. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I'm dizzy. Let's go get some food.
Well, you survived Big Bear, right?
I did. It is a fun ride. I think for me, like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of waiting for rides. And yeah, it's not bad. It's actually a really fun ride for everyone in the family. You only have to be 39 inches, so I'm still a little shaky. Still a little shaky. But I hope you guys have enjoyed going with us on this 40th anniversary tour. And I hope you enjoyed going on Big Bear. Because I don't know if I did yet. I'm still thinking about it. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, do us a big favor. Simply hit that like button down below. But let us know in the comments, did you learn anything new from this video about the different entrances the park has had through the years, or anything about the history that you didn't know before? But that's gonna wrap up this video. We're gonna go relax, have a bite to eat together. And until next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.